Okay, next is team number 12. And for the starter, we had pan-seared diver scallop. And a few comments to start here on the appetizer. The overall portion size at one scallop was perfect. Perfect for a single portion. The maple glaze around the perimeter of the plate was a little bit over-reduced, so as it hit the plate, it sat up, or it was a little bit too stiff and too sticky. If we can bring that up off the plate onto the scallop, I think it also add an additional element of interest to the scallop. The acid balance was very nice, and this slight earthy flavor that came through on the microgreens was also very appropriate, matching very nicely with the scallop, the creaminess of the scallops. The scallop itself was just a touch overdone, but again, nicely thought through, nicely designed plate. So just I think a few adjustments, and that'll be right on. For the entree, the tornadoes of beef tenderloin. Overall, the composition was very interesting. Three tornadoes, separated by the slices of potato. Not something we see every day, so again, it stood out as an interesting presentation. The potato components were nicely cooked, held together very nicely, nice creamy, smooth texture. And the onion jam was very flavorful, but when I hear the term jam, I think of something that is cooked down a little bit further, something that's a little bit smoother. And so we might consider a little bit more moisture, a little bit more cooking time on the jam component for that garnish. And the last item here is the dessert, which was the creme brulee. Once again here, a very eye-catching presentation, very clean lines that were executed for this particular item. The flavor was nice, the saltiness was pronounced, but maybe a little bit too pronounced. I think if the crust were lined with chocolate, for example, to balance the saltiness that came through on the pretzel crust, I think you'd be right on with that. And regarding the creme brulee moniker on the menu, this item didn't come across exactly like a creme brulee. It was not exactly bruleed on the surface, and it was not as delicate as I might expect for a creme brulee. And this is probably because you were lacking a water bath to bake this in. So again, the setting here makes that a bit of a challenge. And then also looking at some terminology on the menu, you use the term pulled sugar. The cage that you present over your dessert is more of a sponge sugar. Just a bit of a technicality there, but again, menu terminology is something that we might revisit as well. But again, very eye-catching and nicely done.